Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and Snap-on has made a variation of what I think is arguably their very best adjustable wrench. This is the ADHW6. It's a 6-inch wide mouth adjustable wrench. Now these are made in either Spain or in Sweden or potentially in the future, maybe USA, because the Snap-on company is trying to bring back the manufacturing of some of their adjustable wrenches to America. But anyway, I love this wrench. It has been in numerous videos for years on my channel, but they have taken it a step further, or in a different direction anyway, by thinning the jaws, as you can see there. By doing that, it allows it to fit within, easily, say stacked nuts or something like that, where you might try to fit something, very small in between, or trying to fit a small grip in between two other fasteners, or if you're trying to tighten something or loosen something and you don't have a lot of room. Now in the past, well, this was one of my first thin-jawed tools. This is a Snap-on here. Again, if you look closely, made in Spain. This was notorious, this style that Snap-on sold was notoriously bad. Lots of problems. I have not had much trouble with this thin jaw one, but I haven't used it as hard. But I've heard that the regular size was atrocious with this kind of bent metal overlay here, which might be why Snap-on wanted to get the Malco plant so they could actually make a much better, smaller locking plier. Then I got a pair of these. This is the Engineer pocket here. You can see TWM-08. It looks like a regular kind of adjustable wrench, but has very thin jaws. They basically ground this down, similar to what Snap-on did here, as you can see. But how does that compare to some other things? Well, this is a Snap-on slimline wrench, so it is considerably thinner. Here's a 15, here's a 15, and you can see that it is about half the thickness of the traditional combination wrench. So if I take my caliper here and zero this thing, and just go, I'm going to go right into the middle of the wrench. Generally they're tapered, so there's less. Maybe if I go up to the tip, you can see it's 3.99, go down a little, 3.25 about in the middle, and then if I grabbed it way at the end, 4.25. So I'm going to go about right here, 4.18, I guess, not 3.29. But anyway, so it's right there. So I'm going to call this, I'm going to go down 4.2. That'll be easy to remember, versus this one about in the middle is 7.69. A traditional Snap-on adjustable wrench here about in the middle. What do we have? We've got 8.3. And if we take this guy here, we have got 5.8. Whoops. And if I go to the tip, I'm dealing with 4.58. And then, did I do that one? 2.17 for this little guy. So that's the difference. Now you can go with other small ones. You can see there is a variation here. If I did this Tecton, this is like 12 right there. If I go into the middle, 11.69. This Fujiya, highly tapered, 7.7, 7.8. What I like about that, with that taper, is I might be able to grab, where that bolt went, right here, might be able to grab that at the very tip, but if you need much leverage, it may not provide that. There might be a little splay. Depends on how hard you're pushing on the handles. But anyway, so there it is. These sell for a shade under 70, or maybe it's a shade under 80 bucks. They're expensive. Comes in various Snap-on colors. I chose the green. Get the handles slipping a little bit. It's interesting. But I love this thing. Absolutely love it. This wide mouth, this is like one of my go-tos. They also make an 8-inch version in both of these with the wide mouth. And when you think about how wide that is, you know, what can this not grab? Here's this Tekton, which is, to me, these are like 1/4-inch size ratchet stuff. These are like 3/8, and this Tekton was all of a sudden I've got a 1/2 inch. You know, obviously it's not, but I mean, that's just what it feels like, is that next jump up. But you can see the Tekton really has a large mouth on it. Very heavy, but very thick. So these are like, if you had these two, you could probably rule the world. You could do anything. You could fit it in small areas, anything from 0 to about 1.5 inches, and then this guy here, you could grab anything large and apply some pressure to it, make it change. But anyway, so there it is. If you didn't know they had these, I don't know how popular they are, but they do exist, and I'm glad Snap-on is continuing to innovate in the adjustable wrench space that unfortunately a lot of people have given up on, but not on this channel. We are 100% behind adjustable wrenches. And with that, Doc out.